Hi, everybody. So I'm recording this. So actually, let me mute this other. There we go. Okay, so I'm recording a real quick tutorial for Zoom to explain a little bit about the feedback that was happening at my church in our church service this morning. But I have here a setup with my iPad, and I can, no, actually, I can't hold it up and show it to you because it's plugged in. So I have my iPad here. Hello, iPad Jessie. And I have my laptop here. Hello, laptop Jessie. So I'm going to give you a little bit about what happened. We had a lot of sound weirdness this morning. For those of us who grew up with cordless phones and cell phones, I grew up with a cordless phone, got a cell phone in like 2001, 2002. So I've had a lot of experience with this because I was still young when I got my cell phone. I was in college, and you play around with cell phones, find out new stuff. This was a very familiar sound for me. It wasn't a very familiar sound for a lot of the people that I was with on the Zoom. So my goal for this cheeky little tip is to explain what happened and how to avoid it. So what I have here is my iPad. I'm going to go there first. My iPad is set up so that when I'm speaking, it mutes my microphone. And then when I'm listening, I get to hear what's being said. My laptop is not that smart. They're both on at the same time. This is why I encourage everyone to use a headset, headphones for listening, and then you speak through the microphone on the phone or the computer device. I like to have a separate place where the voice is going and where the sound is going because it isolates those two things. So we'll start with the iPad again. And the iPad, you have headphones plugged in. So what you're not getting is a repeat. You're not getting the delay. You're not getting the echo. So one thing that can show us a little bit is I'm recording this on my laptop, but you, my iPad friend, have a delay because you're not the native device. The native device being the one that I'm currently using. You would be someone that's calling into the service. So I do something here, and there's a delay. Now, because we're on the same internet right now, the delay is not so bad, but it's still pretty awful. If we were to try and sing together, it wouldn't work very well. So what happened with the sound? Why is Jessie telling me about this delay? What on earth is she talking about? I'll show you. So this delay happens when the delay causes this big weird kerfuffle with sound, because what we get is the sound coming after we've spoken. After it's been spoken over here, the sound is coming out over here, and vice versa. So let's try that. I'm going to unplug my headphones, and there it is. Do you hear that? There's that sound delay. So if I had another device that was not, so this is just with it being muted. So we can hear the sound delay. But if I unmute my microphone, and you can hear the sound delay over here because of this microphone. So if I unmute the microphone on the iPad, that delay just repeats and repeats and repeats. So the iPad is trying to police that. But what happens when I unplug my headset from the computer? Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, it becomes a big, ugly mess. So you can imagine if the sound is up all the way in both places, and I'm sitting beside someone else who's called in or is listening. Hang on, I gotta fix this. So let me go right back over here, get this plugged in. Okay, so iPad, you're a hot mess. Computer, you're a hot mess. But we can hear appropriately again, because I've got those headphones plugged in, so the sound is going one place and then the microphone's going the other. And then I've muted the iPad again so that you're just hearing my microphone. Hopefully, I'll check the recording. That's why that happened this morning. Your best bet for preventing that in the future is to keep devices apart. You want to have a wall between them. It's fine to watch at the same time as someone else. It helps sometimes to watch at the same time as someone else. But if your microphone isn't muted, you can cause that delay. And again, I recommend headphones for everybody that can use them if you're listening. If you're not listening, then just mute your whole phone or device. Mute your sound on your computer, mute your sound on your iPad. Do what you got to do. That's what causes that repeat. And it's also one of the reasons why a lot of times Zoom hosts, especially in church services where we have upwards of 100 people, we like to keep things muted so that it's a lot more sound friendly, and so we don't get that feedback. It was just happenstance that it happened at church this morning, just like if you have somebody waving a wireless microphone in front of a speaker. But I thought I'd explain it and tell you how to prevent it and encourage everybody to keep themselves muted in a Zoom call just to keep it more efficient, and use headphones. If it's an open discourse time, grab some headphones. They're pretty cheap. They have them at the Dollar Tree. If you need some, I can tell you where to find some. I'm about to end this call the same way I end my Raggedy Auntie broadcast, but why not? I hope you all stay happy, stay healthy, and keep reading and keep Zooming with our church.